We did it. We are in Champions League. Ooh, we did it. We will participate in the season 25-26 of Champions League thanks to the victory of yesterday against Venezia. We beat them in a total crazy game, 3-2 thanks to that penalty. A penalty worth 60 million euro of Captain Manu Locatelli. But pay attention, listen carefully to what I'm telling you. Don't go on holiday, and if your holidays were already planned, please don't take a break from the channel. Continue to put that notification ring on because you don't want to miss everything that will happen, because I can tell you a lot will happen in the next few days, in the next few weeks. I give you the schedule just for you to be prepared. From now on, 7 days off of the players. They will meet again in La Continassa on Monday the 2nd. Training, leaving Italy to go to USA on the 14th. We play our first game in USA the 18th. In Europe, it will be already in the night of the 19th, depending where you're living, against Al Ain. 1 game, 2 games, 3 games minimum in the group stages, and then hopefully 4, 5, 6, 7 if we reach the final. From the moment that that competition is over, we take holidays, legal holidays, and the minimum days that we are obliged to give to the players, to the staff, are 21 days. Not sure yet when we will meet again, depending also of the Club World Cup in La Continassa training session, leaving again for a 2nd year in a row to Germany, Herzogenaurach, HQ of Adidas, to prepare the new season. A new season that will start on the 23rd of August, because that's when the first game of Serie A is planned. But in the meanwhile, a lot of things. Tudor, will he go to the Club World Cup? Yes or no? Listen what we will speak about in today's video. The words of Tudor that were totally different as the one of Cristiano Giuntoli. Who will be the next coach? When will the next coach arrive? Changes in management. Roles from people, and some people that will leave. Some new people that will join in the management to go really towards new objectives. The objective that should put Juventus there, competing for titles. In the meanwhile, a mercato, a mini one between the 1st and the 10th of June, and the big one between the 1st of July and the 31st of August. It's a lot. Are you ready for a crazy mercato? But first, let's go back on what happened yesterday. On the field with a crazy game, but also off the field at the microphones, before the game, after the game. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Serie A is over. The 38 match days have been played, but first, let me say thank you. Thank you to all of you. Yesterday was fantastic. So many Juventini. At a certain moment, we reached 1,600 Juventini simultaneously here. Where are you during the year? Where are you when it's really tough? Anyway, you know what it shows? It shows that you care. It really shows that you care, and that makes me so happy, because we care about our beloved Juventus in beautiful moments, in difficult moments. And yesterday we needed the support of Juventini, and you were there thanks to your participation, your interaction, donation, membership, subscription to the channel. Guys, you're really great. And if you care about the channel, please do it now. It is totally for free. Put a maximum of like on today's video. Show me that you're happy that we will participate in the biggest competition, the Champions League. Ragazzi, 38 match days are done. We already know the result. Napoli, congratulations against to them, won the Scudetto. Inter, they bottled it after losing the Supercoppa, after losing the Coppa Italia. They also lost the Scudetto, being the strongest team in Italy. Atalanta third, Juventus deservedly go in Champions League with 1 more point than Roma. For the people that tell me, Beppe, probably another team deserves more, and no, because we have 17 points, the others have less points than us. I don't care. Roma, they did mistakes in choosing De Rossi first and then Juric before realizing that it was not working and going to Ranieri. If they were immediately going to Ranieri, maybe they would have deserved, but they have 69, which means that they don't deserve. They go to Europa League, like Bologna that won the Coppa Italia. Important, because Milan and Lazio are out. You know who goes to Conference League? Fiorentina, and that's an amazing news for us Juventini. I will tell you why in a second. Who goes in Serie B? Empoli, Venezia, and Monza. Of course, I'm sad for Venezia that probably deserve to stay in Serie A, but the field is speaking, the numbers are speaking, and the reality is that they did less points than all the other ones. Federico Gatti said what I feel. Yesterday, I didn't celebrate a 4th spot. Yesterday, I celebrate a relief that the season was over, that we reached qualification, because this qualification means that we can build. We are a bit more relaxed. It's a starting point, because I tell you, starting from a Conference League, starting from a Europa League would have been totally different, would have been much more difficult. A lot of questions. Today, the video would have been totally different, where I didn't know what to tell you. I didn't know who would have stayed, who would have gone. A lot of questions, much more questions, but more towards the negative side instead of the positive side. Today I see a bit more sunshine. I see the light today. And this is actually what Federico said yesterday, that Juventus, you cannot be happy for a fourth spot. That cannot be the objective. Our objective is the top, but this one, the qualification, is a starting point. And I totally agree with the words of Federico Gatti that yesterday played a few minutes. Yesterday, before speaking about the game, I want to speak about Cristiano, Giuntoli and Tudor. Giuntoli yesterday said the game is important from a financial point of view, but also from a prestige point of view to participate to Champions League. It has been a really difficult year at Juve. But we have clear ideas. Look, I stop here. We have clear ideas. Of course, he's adding with a few targeted players. We are competitive for the first spot, and that's what I want. I want people that tell me we are competitive to play for the first spot. I don't want to hear anymore minimum top 4. Financially, yes, I understand it, but on the sporting side, we need to compete for the first spot. That's what he said. We have clear ideas. Looks like we don't have clear ideas, and that's what annoys me the most. That's what worried me the most. If we don't have today clear ideas, we are going nowhere. I tell you, we are going nowhere. It doesn't mean that when you have clear ideas that it's a successful idea, that it will work. But clear ideas are the base, are the fundamentals to actually have something successful at the end. Because if he says, we are extremely happy about the work of Igor Tudor, he will go with us at the Club World Cup, and after the Club World Cup we will decide who will be the new coach, if it's Tudor, if it's another one. That's first of all not a clear idea, because you still don't know. So you have no clear idea. How can you have clear idea about a player if you don't know yet at the moment who is your coach? And especially if the coach after a game goes in front of microphone and says, my future, it will be known before the Club World Cup, not after the Club World Cup. It will not be serious to me, but to nobody, to the club, to the players, to go to the World Cup with a coach that has not been confirmed. Look, I said it in the recent days, and I continue to say it and repeat it and repeat it. It's not disrespectful to take away the Club World Cup from Igor Tudor. It is disrespectful to send him there at the Club World Cup without him being the coach of Juve. If you continue with him, of course he needs to be there, of course. But if it's not Tudor, and he says exactly the same, it makes totally no sense. Me going there, what are the players thinking? What are the players thinking? What are you doing here? It makes totally no sense that you are here. You are not even our coach. And that's really important. Tudor has really clear ideas. He wants to be or reconfirmed or not. I really hope, because what I hear today from Alfredo Pedula, from Mirko Di Natale is, looks like they were speaking today. There was a meeting after the words of Tudor yesterday, and it looks like he will go anyway to the Club World Cup. I hope that it's not a strategy to say, guy, if you don't want to go to the World Cup, please resign, give your resignation. Because then Juventus will probably save 1 million. 1 million of fine if you want to sack the coach. Because we know it after the qualification of yesterday. Igor Tudor has a 2 million euro contract for 1 year. If we want to let him go, 1 million euro fine. I hope it's not a strategy to say, Igor, leave yourself and go. Or I hope that it's not, we don't know yet who is the coach of Juve. Really, we seriously don't know who is the coach. We need a bit of time. So go to the World Cup. In the meanwhile, we are looking for our coach. Because I tell you, in option A or option B, it would be really bad. And then it doesn't mean that we have clear ideas. I hope you understand what I'm telling you. Huh? Because clear ideas is, I repeat, the fundamentals. If you don't, we go nowhere. Mercato, no mercato, the coach, no coach. Oh, Gazzetta dello Sport is saying La Juve va ora Conte. Juventus goes in Champions League, now it's Conte. They are 100% sure. What I can tell you is that yes, he will split roads with Napoli, but pay attention, it's not yet 100% sure that Conte will be the coach of Juve. Everything is going into that direction, but before celebrating Conte back at Juve, I'm waiting a bit. I'm waiting because Juventus, they don't show me the signs that Conte is already the next coach, that we are sure that that's the man that we want. Gazzetta dello Sport is saying yes, Conte. Tutto Sport is saying yes, Conte is the objective, but it's not the only one, because if we flop, if we fail to sign Conte, Mancini is waiting, Pioli is waiting. Guys, don't tell me that we have clear ideas if Mancini is still in pre-alert and if Pioli is in pre-alert. If these two coaches are there instead of Antonio Conte, we don't have clear ideas because they are coaches that are totally different. You cannot put in the same sentence Conte to Juve, Mancini to Juve, Pioli to Juve. You cannot. It's impossible. Juventus goes in Champions League thanks to a loca Juve, to a crazy Juve. If we are speaking a bit about the game of yesterday, it's impossible. It's impossible to start the game as we did yesterday. We enter against a team that needed to win to save themselves, to stay in Serie A. It was maybe not even enough. They go immediately, 1 minute, boom, goal, immediately. At that moment, to be honest, I was shocked, I was not happy, I was disgusted, but I never lost faith at that moment. I said, we will come back. And that's what Juventus do. Juventus showed that they could come back first with Alberto Costa, a goal that has been cancelled. According to me, correct. According to the rules, the problem is that one day they cancel, one day they give a goal like that. That's the problem, that they are creating confusion. But according to the rules that are written black on white, it should be cancelled. Anyway, Juventus do not stop. They continue. They score with Ken and Yildiz, with Colomwani. We go into the locker room. We come back. We push. We are looking for that third goal. And we concede on that second shot on target from Venezia. Second goal from Venezia with Habs. That's where I start really fearing. That's where I said, Mamma mia, how will we do? I am not sure anymore. Now I'm scared. And I hope Roma is not scoring a lot of goals against Torino, otherwise we are out of that competition. Di Gregorio with a fantastic save is keeping Juventus in. And luckily then you have a Conceição that is actually looking for an attempt. Penalty from Nicolussi, penalty that Locatelli is taking at the 73rd minute. We are winning 3-2. Juventus didn't play a beautiful game yesterday. It was confusion. It was caca football at a certain moment. We didn't see really a lot of beautiful things. If you are conceding 2 goals like we conceded yesterday, you cannot say that you are a top team. You cannot say that you are a mature team. You cannot say that Igor Tudor, in the few weeks that he was there, because he arrived, I believe, the 23rd of March, was able to really not only work on the heart, on the mental, but also on the way of playing there yesterday. There was too much. It was probably too much for a lot of these players. We qualified yesterday thanks to the heart. And that's what Igor Tudor was able to do, to enter the heart of these guys, to really, really enter the heart of these guys. Because yesterday he was able to tell them, guys, we need to. We are obliged to. You can do it. Don't give up. Yesterday they showed a fino alla fine. That was not beautiful. That was absolutely far from beautiful, but he was able to do it. I will be eternally grateful for Igor, that he goes to the World Cup, that he doesn't go to the World Cup, that he continues with us in 25-26. I will be eternally grateful because nobody could promise him that he would do well. He had more to lose than to win. He's doing with a really difficult moment with players that were totally down from a mental point of view. Physically, he was losing 2 players per game, plus the red card. It was extremely difficult playing also away against all the teams that were really wanting to go to that Champions League. Bologna, Lazio, Roma. Don't forget about that, not losing against them. Yes, he made some mistakes like yesterday. We saw some horrors defensively, but he was obliged to play with a Kelly, with a Savona, with Alberto Costa. 3 men in defense that were horror. Yesterday was horror. He would not have chosen them. Probably they would have not chosen themselves to play in a 3-man defense in a decisive game as yesterday. But he was able to do a lot of things. Si salva. We save ourselves. We really save ourselves. Champions League is 60 million euro worth penalty. The one of Locatelli. Beautiful story of Locatelli. Really beautiful story of Locatelli. Locatelli that was whistled by his own fans in a family game at home, that I thought that was one of the lowest points of Juventus. Really, seriously, something that I hope never I can hear again. The guy was really humble. He said, I made mistakes, I will work on it. Being immediately a starter, and what a change of performances from Locatelli from the last 2-3 years until this year. A total change, playing in vertical, playing much more offensively, playing with much more faster as well, being there. The leader, playing all games, game in, game out. He was really a starter. He was an undiscussed starter, important element of this season, where he becomes a captain after Danilo is leaving. Captain of Juventus is taking it on his shoulders in a difficult moment also. That moment of nobody was following anymore Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta leaves. Locatelli is still there, captain. Immediately he finds a great relationship with Tudor. You saw the images yesterday after the game, both of them on the ground. And then he's taking that penalty. coincidence that at 73rd minute, 73 is the number where he started his career with at Milan, at Sassuolo. Before joining Juve at the 73rd minute, he's taking a penalty that could have been taken by Colomoni. He's saying, I take it. It's my responsibility. I take it. I want to go for it. And he did well. That's what a captain should do. Yesterday, he won in terms of maturity, in terms of experience, in terms probably of how people are looking for him and at him. Bravo, Locatelli. What a beautiful, closing the loop of a season that has been extremely difficult. Bravo, Locatelli. I hope that he will have a bit more respect from a lot of fans. Even if you don't like the player, you are not obliged to like the performances, but you cannot doubt the man. Like you cannot doubt Igor. Tudor yesterday had tears in his eyes saying thank you and goodbye to the supporters. Di Gregorio. I want to speak about Di Gregorio, guys. That save of yesterday shows that he's a Juve player. It's worth being at Juve. The save of yesterday is worth whatever you want to say. It's not the first one. A lot of time we forget. It's not difficult. It's not easy to arrive after Buffon, after Szczesny that did really well at Juve. Coming from Monza, playing for the first time in a big team like you. Bravo Di Gregorio. Yesterday I appreciated Di Gregorio. I appreciated Locatelli. I appreciated Thuram and Yildiz. Yildiz, that some people were saying we need a bit more from Yildiz. We want to see Yildiz. We want Kenan Yildiz to be more involved, to score more goals, because that's what at the end will decide. Yesterday he took Juventus on his shoulders on that 1-1, like he did it with the 2 assists the game before against Udinese, like he did before with the goal. 3 goals in the Tudor era, 2 assists. Not bad at all in 7 games played. Bravo Kenan Yildiz, that at the end him and Thuram, you saw them there with cramps. They were risking to be injured, but they were going until the end, fino alla fine. So Di Gregorio, Locatelli, Thuram, Yildiz. And I will even add another one. Chico Conceição, that I was furious about him, really, because yesterday decision-making, again, a total disaster. But it's Chico Conceição that is never stopping believing. He could say, I'm a lone player, I don't care, but I will not. The guy was continuing, pushing. And at a certain moment, if it was really a horrible game, and if you are obliged to judge at least by something, the heart, and that's how we want, well, these 5 guys, they were there. These 5 guys, they answered that we are there, that we want to do. And I cannot say the same, unfortunately, about a player like Dusan Vlahovic that enters the way that he enters. Absolutely awful. I don't know if he really understood what Juventus meant. Like Andrea Cambiaso, that unfortunately I have to put in the same box. The 2 goals are also on him. But not only that, at a certain moment at the end I saw him walking, where we were still on a 2-2, walking, or where we were winning 3-2, walking. Absolutely not okay. I want to add maybe a Colomoni. Not that much for that Grinta, but the guy scores 8 goals since he arrived. 8 goals. Yesterday he was there again with an important goal. I would keep Colomoni. I don't know you guys, but I would keep Colomoni. That's what I want to say. Speaking about the Conceição, yesterday he's taking that penalty. Yesterday, again, we go towards the battle, my battle against the media, against the journalists, against the narratives, against the disgusting attacks against Juve. Zazzaroni, director of Corriere dello Sport, that was at television yesterday, speaking about a strange penalty. Looks like he said a gift from Nicolussi to Juventus. Speaking about a player that grew at Juventus, did all the youth academy, and then he's giving that penalty on a 2-2. Not only he said it because you know it on television, sometimes you are heated, sometimes you are not thinking what you are saying, it can slip. Not only that, but he goes and there is an article on Corriere dello Sport. Who is Nicolussi Caviglia? The product of the youth academy of Juventus that is actually causing the penalty, sending Juventus in Champions League. Guys, Nicolussi, that is one of the most fantastic persons that I ever met in the football world. A kid that has been the best one of Venezia, probably the MVP of Venezia, without any doubt. A guy that yesterday was playing even really beautiful. You are going with these kinds of allegation. It's really not good, because that's going on the first pages, putting again dirt on Juventus, on the kit, Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Pay attention to what you're saying because these are not good things. Clear ideas. Continuing with Cristiano Giuntoli, that is continuing to speak about Conceição. Apparently, there is already an agreement that Conceição will play the Club World Cup with us. I don't know what this means. I don't know because the clause, you have a certain moment to pay it. Otherwise, you cannot go and buy the clause. Do we have clear ideas about Conceição? Doesn't look like. It looks like we want to keep him a bit because we don't have enough players. Otherwise, if you are sure, you go and you pay that clause. He also speaks about the Club World Cup, saying that we are not with a lot of players, unfortunately, a lot of injuries. We are a bit short in terms of team, but we are already aware that Kostic and Rugani will come back. We are in talks with Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain because we want to keep Vega and Colomoni. He's not saying we want to keep them, we want to sign them, we want to have them permanently or just for the World Cup. We don't know. So, forgive me, but the clear ideas at the moment, I don't receive the signals of it. One thing is sure, and that's why I said thank you to Fiorentina to go in Conference League. Fiorentina is obliged now to go for the permanent signing of Nicolo Fagioli, and I think it's a good thing. The qualities are fantastic, and I'm sure he will do well, and I hope that he will do well. But the journey at Juve was over, and it was really dangerous to have him back there. Not being really in the team, putting him again in difficulty, it's good that he's not a Juve player anymore. That was it, what I wanted to say in a really long video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll continue to speak about the season, about the Juve updates in next videos. Put a maximum of like if you didn't yet. Please continue to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve.